Hello, everyone, and welcome to the RamFam podcast, where today I'm joined by a special guest. Let's go meet him. First things first, welcome to the RamFam podcast. Tell me a little bit about yourself and who are you? We've never met you before.
Zebra40 on Twitch, otherwise YouTube as well. Not that I use it enough, but I will be eventually. Just a new dad, I guess, who games and works in a game shop and has a little community of good, close friends.
How long have you been streaming now, or like roughly?
Depends when you count it. So I technically started 2.5 years ago, or maybe closer to 3 years ago. I think it was February 2021, I reckon. And I streamed consistently, like 2 or 3 times a week, all the time. And then, like, there was this thing up here, and it was called a kid, and it just came barreling down really fast. And then, just all of a sudden, I didn't even know what a PC was. I slowed down a bit.
And for those who don't know, my friendship with ZB, quick little backstory for those who don't know, I call him ZB for short. The way he met me was quite interesting. I'll just quickly go over it. But he has a cat called Ramses, and he was just happily scrolling through Twitch, and he just happens to see my username. And he's like, "Wait a minute, that's my cat's name."
The original Ramses. Look.
There you go. That's his cat, Ramsey. That's what I look like in cat form. But yeah, he's a really good guy.
Definitely.
And so I thought, let's bring on a guest speaker for today's podcast. Obviously, I didn't do an episode on December because Christmas, and ran out of context as well. So
imagine having a break.
It's funny because I think the episode right before that, I was like, "Hey, Rockstar, take your time. Don't say anything. I'm happy if you're not going to say anything about GTA." Like a week later, after dropping that episode, they just released the GTA 5 trailer, right? Not 5, 6. GTA 6. You saw the trailer, right? I think everyone on this planet.
I seen the second I woke up and opened my phone, there's no way you couldn't see it. Every single person or post from whatever it was, like... So I seen that, and it leaked a day early, even though they planned it. And apparently it wouldn't put the company out, because the company put a lot of time and effort into having this perfect release, and then someone had to go, leak it?
So I heard, now this isn't confirmed, but I heard that they were planning to release it as part of the Game of the Year Awards. That trailer. They were going to release it in the Game of the Year Awards. But because of the leak, they just dropped it early. And honestly, can you imagine if they released it during Game of the Year Awards? Legit, every single game would become so, like, just forgotten about, because they would have stolen the show. They would have easily stolen the show.
I watched it probably, like, 10 times minimum, I reckon. Not in a row, but, like, I might watch it again. And then someone mentioned something in a comment, and I'm like, oh, and I rewatch it again, and then I watch reaction videos. I'm pretty hyped. Even just little things that people notice, like, is this going to be a thing? There's a part where the motorbikes are going past in the trailer, and it's like a whole group of dudes, and there's a really big chunky guy on the bike, and you can see that the tires are completely different to the other guy's tires. You can actually see the weight and pressure that the tire is taking more. That's pretty freaking good physics, if you ask me.
Like, the attention to detail as well was how accurate they made those scenes, because those scenes are based on a lot of Florida actual events. When someone like put a video of a side-by-side of each of them, and it is so accurate. Before we jump into GTA 6, GTA 5 was good, and there's no doubt it was good. It's been like 10 years later, and they're still being played today all the time. And my question is, why? What made GTA 5 so good? Obviously there's a lot to talk about here, but what was it?
Yeah, leave it in the comments. But my reasoning is it's the little details that Rockstar does, and the amount of things you could do, like, hold L1 and press circle to do this, and all the little animations for golfing or just anything. There was so much that you could do in that game. And then I feel like it was the first true open world where, you have your businesses and your online. When online took off, like, the story mode was amazing. It was amazing, don't get me wrong. But no one talks about story, because GTA Online is where it's at, and it has been for, like, 9 years. they made like, was it $1 billion per quarter every 3 months. The game is so advanced for its time, considering it's 10 years later. People are still playing it because it was way ahead of its time. Rockstar just knows how to make a damn good game. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep, that's another one.
6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago now. The detail in that, just in that short space between GTA 5, the detail is just immense. But I think, for me, it's my favourite because you can play with your friends online and have a whole gang of people and your own little... I had like a little area, you know, the Upper West side of the city. I bought all my businesses there, so like my cocaine business, my weed businesses, my nightclub.
We're still talking about GTA YouTuber, right? With still GTA, all right. It doesn't have a cocaine business. Just I guess for me, where the non-online aspect of it is, I feel like GTA 5, when it came out, was the only, and I mean this, the only game in existence that had a world that felt that alive. Like you said, every NPC is like they have their own life to live. The fact that I could, blow up a Taco Bell truck and see the Taco Bell market crash because that was influenced by me ruining their delivery. Every little thing, the random encounters, the world actually felt alive and it didn't feel like a video game, right? That's what I want to point out. It didn't feel so scripted, like, that this guy's going to be here at this time of day. No, everyone has their own thing. And I love, one of my favorite features was, because it was one of those games where you could switch characters, every time you cut to a character, they're doing something. Right, they're like playing poker or whatever. They're going out for a drive. And that was just so cool that even when you're playing as a different character, the other characters are going about living their life. And
they're really not, but like, the way the game does it is just so good. You cut to Trevor and he's being kicked out of a bar or something and he's like half drunk. And you're playing, he's already drunk. Like, oh shit, let's go. Like, it's so good.
That's what I mean about, like, that world felt alive. And it all comes down to what we were saying earlier, is Rockstar, they know how to make detail. They're so good at, you said it with Red Dead Redemption, you saw it with GTA 5, even GTA 4. There's just so much attention to detail. And you were just saying in the GTA 6, the attention to detail with the tires, they are so good at putting detail in their game. And I think that's what made GTA 5 so good. We'll move on to the second part, which is, that being said, we've talked about GTA 5, talked about even GTA 4 for a bit. What should we expect from GTA 6? Now, I'm going to start off by saying one thing that I expect, and that is a bigger world. I think they're going to go... I think the map will be even bigger than what we had in GTA 5. I have a feeling that they're going to try and make it almost like a 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 scale of actual Florida. Because I was watching the trailer, and you could see the city landscape. It stretches forever. Like, honestly, it goes so far. So, I don't know. It looks massive. So, I'm expecting a bigger map.
But I do think, with the power of the next-gen consoles, they could do it. But the amount of stuff... They don't like to have empty areas. I don't think it's going to be bigger, because they want, from what I hear, more detail again in having more buildings to be open, so you can go inside a lot more buildings, which then makes the world bigger in a sense. Everyone wants it to be bigger. I don't know. I can't see it.
Maybe a bit of a hot take from ZB there. All right.
I think it's going to be smaller. That's my hot take.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I think they'll do it smaller, and they'll add a little island on, maybe 2 or 3 years later, as like a paid expansion, because they know people will pay that.
That's true, but GTA has never done that.
Like, hey, look, Disney World expansion. Mickey Mouse, like,
hey man, his license is gone, right? You can use him now. His license is gone. So legit, can we kill Mickey Mouse in GTA 6? Leave it in the comments below. Do you want to kill Mickey Mouse? Is there a Mickey Mouse mission? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mission based off that somewhere in the game, where there's like a guy in a Mickey Mouse like outfit in a Disney World somewhere. There is definitely going to be some kind of Mickey Mouse assassination mission.
They are definitely going to have something Disney related.
So, is there anything else we should expect from GTA 6, or anything because I've said mine, I said bigger map. What do you think is coming out for GTA 6? What do you expect?
Honestly, the online's going to be the biggest aspect. They know it now for sure, They're going to focus on the online. I really hope they don't cut too much story out. I think it's really important to have a good story because some people don't enjoy the online mode.
I'm one of them. I don't enjoy online.
Yeah, and the replayability sometimes can be a good thing, you know, or that the story's not too short. My guess is it's going to be relatively shorter than usual. I feel like it's going to be like maybe 30 hours at most. I don't think it'll be much more, maybe 25.
I think it'll be shorter, but a good story. The reason why is it seems like it's based off Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
And I love the story of Bonnie and Clyde, about them kind of going around, starting off doing small crimes and robbing banks, and it gets worse and worse and worse as they keep going.
And then one of them's going to turn on each other, and
probably
and it's going to be the ending, right? I'll just spoil it for you all.
Yeah, let it be known that we just predicted it.
I really hope they can at least like maybe double the amount of players on one map.
Sometimes, for online?
Yeah, because sometimes there's people on, but it just doesn't feel as alive, you know? Or even like you could take a role where you can't be shot, but you can still like do stuff in the game world. There is a mode like that in a sense, but you're like invisible and people just still hassle you. But I don't know. I just think more people.
You said at the start of this podcast, you know, you're a new dad. You got a little one being raised in the family, and this is a question more so for you. I don't have any experience. I don't have a child, but it says I've written down here, you're raising a little toddler of your own. How do you feel about the future of gaming for him? It's a pretty big question.
All right, first off, let's reiterate that question. Little demon. Kidding. I'm kidding. And also, secondly, shout out to Marcus.
Yeah, little boy.
Because one day you might watch this and be like, "Ooh, Dad, why are you on TV?" I'm on TV. I'm famous. All right, come on. Yeah, gaming for him scares me. Scares the absolute crap out of me. The realism is what scares me. Because, you know, you got to be able to separate game from real world. And I look at some people in my family and friends, and there's one particular person who I won't mention, but they play upwards of 18, 19 hours every single day. They sleep for a couple of hours or the entire day. They do not leave the room. What's it going to be like when he's 10 or when he's 20? 20 years from now? Like, I'm excited for him because it's going to be amazing stuff to play. But at what point can you take it away? Or can you limit it? It becomes like a whole nother life separate from the real world, and you can't focus on things. Like, enjoy it. Do all that. Do I have to connect with my children in the future through the games? Do I have to join a VR virtual world with them and be a different person on their game?
That was something I was going to bring up, is like, so a very famous mission in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, you might know it, the famous No Russian mission. If you guys don't know what that is, in that mission, now I'm pretty sure that in the remake of the game, that is not in the game anymore, but in the original game, you go into an airport and you shoot at innocent civilians. That is the requirement for the mission.
Yes.
Now, can you imagine that being in VR? That's borderline, and with that high graphics, you know, that where you can barely tell the difference. That's like getting onto the territory of like, okay, this is almost getting to reality, right? It's virtual reality, but it's still clicking something in your brain, and I can understand why that's a very scary thing.
We're sounding like those news reporters that are like, the link of violence in gaming is so high right now because of Grand Theft Auto. Well, but honestly, though, it is to that point where it looks so realistic. Not even just looks, but the way a game can feel, haptic feedbacks, and all those little things that auditory and you know, gives you that feedback feeling of doing something. I don't really think it's going to do too much, but at what point and how much do you play, and the kind of person? It could be more prevalent. I don't know.
It's not necessarily the platform or the medium that you're using, but it's more of how you use it. So, like, if you, as a parent, make it clear to your child, hey, like, you know, these are just games, make sure that you're also getting time to hang out with your friends and go out and also play these games. Like, play the games as you want, but know the difference between a game, reality, and socializing, and like, there's that big balance. And that is, as a parent, Not me, but you. It's going to be a big challenge.
It's something we all need to worry about, because if we're thinking about it like this now, what is it going to be like? And you can tell someone, oh, this isn't real, rah. That sounds like the stuff I was told when I was a kid, right? Like, I know that. I know this is not real. I know all this stuff. But it doesn't really click with you because you're a kid. And none of that matters what parents say. Oh, shut up, whatever. Like, I know what I'm doing. And, like, go play with your friends. What friends? They're all online.
Yeah.
You know, the person I'm talking about, for instance, they've got 2 friends that live not too far. But guess what? I offered to take them somewhere one time. No, we'd rather play online together. You guys haven't seen each other for like a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, but we got this game. We got a whole squad. We're going to get on tonight. We're going to run this all. Okay.
It's classic. I play with my friends. So yeah, we're playing on Minecraft together. It's fine.
I touch grass on Minecraft.
But I do also have a follow-up is, how do you feel about you as a dad creating those gaming memories with your son? So let me tell you now, me and my brother, we would always play FIFA with my dad. And I'll be honest, my dad was awful at FIFA. But it was so much fun to just play with him. To just sit down on a couch and just play and have some fun. And what blows my mind as well is, my dad growing up, he was a gamer. He played so much Diablo 2. And I remember when Diablo 3 came out, he was like, oh, no way, Diablo 3, can I watch? Can I see it? So, and I think it's those memories, that's why they stick with me today. Because I was young, I was a child growing up with my dad, and he took the effort to get involved and play some games with me. And so I'm guessing you're gonna do the same?
I can't wait to play 2K and slam dunk on my child. 5-year-old. Dad, I don't want to play this. You keep playing. It's the 3rd quarter. We still have a quarter to go. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to play games like Kingdom Hearts and just sit there and just watch him play my childhood games. If he's interested. I'm not going to force the child.
Of course.
Maybe. But like...
the subtle maybe.
Certain games, if he plays them and I get to rewatch that, it's going to give me the nostalgia and the excitement, because I'm seeing him create memories and stuff that I got to. There's something special about, I don't know, having a kid and just thinking about, oh, I can't wait to watch like Naruto with him, or like Pokemon. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that will definitely be awesome. And you've already kind of started a little bit with the whole Pokemon plushies thing in the starters. So he went to a local GameStop or EB Games, and he found 3 Pokemon plushies, a Charmander, a Squirtle, and a Bulbasaur, and he basically got his little toddler son to crawl up to his chosen starter. He just laid them out, and he said, go, pick one. And he was a basic boy and chose Charmander. Let's see this video of Marcus choosing. I found it.
It's from August. he thought about Squirtle. He thought about Bulbasaur, so he did have a good look at all of them.
He did like... Oh.
He did have a good glance. Yeah.
Bro, man straight up tackled the thing.
Bro actually went, okay.
He considered his options. Could I argue that he doesn't know how to turn yet when crawling?
Maybe. Nah.
It was rigged. It was rigged.
He does.
And thank you, by the way, for joining the podcast. It's been great having you. Thank you so much.
It's been really cool to be on the podcast. Like as if we'd been planning to do something like this regularly for a while now.
If you guys don't know, we were planning to do something like a year ago. But
try when Marcus was born, basically, and
I'd say a few months before he was born. We're like, yeah, we're gonna do it. It's okay if you have a child. We'll find time. We did not find time. I repeat, we did not find time. One of the things I do with the podcast for the last 2 episodes was ask RamFam's opinion, and for this one, same goes. Write down in the comments what your opinions are about GTA 5, GTA 6, or even how you would raise a son or a child in today's world of gaming. Guys, go check out this man on Twitch. I'm putting your link in the description. Yes, he doesn't stream much because he has a baby, but go check him out, guys. When he does go live, it's honestly such a charm, and he's always a good vibe, so go check him out. Alrighty, well, that'll wrap up the podcast episode. Bye-bye! I'm adding that in.
No, please. I don't even know why I did that. I just went.